3, 2, 1, action. Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing and helping us feed all of our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up as you're watching today. Today we're going to be taking a look at Plush that sold in February, and we're going to be looking at all of the platforms. Typically we only look at eBay Plush specific videos monthly. However, we had ended all of our Plush listings across the board, and we're putting them back in as we do an inventory check on the back end. So our Plush sales are down a little bit. You can't sell stuff that's not listed, but they are starting to sell again and pick up as we're listing them and putting them back in. So I just decided to grab all of the Plush that sold on all of our platforms and show them to you. So we list our Plush on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Kidizen. And we actually even made a sale on Kidizen last month, so that's pretty exciting. But let's start with the eBay sales. This is a Kohl's Cares Dr. Seuss Moose. I do like Kohl's Cares Plush, but some of them do end up comping or selling really low. And some are worth a lot of money. A lot of the Kohl's Cares Plush are based off of literary characters from children's books, and it just depends on the character, what they're going to comp at. Since I get most of my Plush for 50 cents or $1 wholesale, you know, I don't mind listing the Kohl's Cares, even the low end ones like Thidwick here. This is even probably like the third Thidwick I've ever sold. He did sell for $10.49. This is a woolly mammoth. He sold for $10.49 as well. So both of these were $12 plushies. You could see that we're on a 30% off sale. And again, I don't mind selling the low end filler, bread and butter items at all. I get really great cost of goods on a lot of our goods that we sell. You guys know we get most of our clothes for 99 cents a piece. And the Plush we buy in wholesale lots, and they come out to $1 or less. This is a Walmart brand mammoth. A bear lovey. This sold for $13.12 because it is unbranded. So loveys are bolo. Most of you know that by now. A lovey is a small, square security blanket with a plush in the middle. Sometimes it can be like a plush bear, dog, fox, whatever. Sometimes they're little doll heads, but they're typically like a little square blanket with a plush in the middle. These can come in large and extra large sizes, and that's when they get into like buku money. The really big ones can sell for like $75 and $80, but some of these smaller ones, depending on the brand, can sell for $30 and $40. This is, like I said, a generic one, and you can still sell. If they don't have a brand, just use your good keywords up there. It is important to know that you can use the word lovey as a keyword on any soft, plush, or toys meant for babies or infants. But it's most specifically used to refer to these little blankets with the plush. A Pittsburgh Pirates parrot, 11-inch plush. That's a mouthful. So this guy may have sold for more, except he had a lot of damage going on his eyes. I believe these are like, see how it says high mark on the tag? This is probably a freebie given away up at the park on a baseball day, and then, you know, somehow found its way to the Goodwill where I got it for 50 cents. This lion and this elephant sold to the same buyer, $26.23 for the lot of the two of them together. They did fit into a larger sized poly bag together and shipped first class. A lot of Plush does not weigh anything at all. There are larger Plush that are going to weigh over a pound, and we do put calculated shipping on them, but most are small, under, 10 ounces even. And so it's always nice when somebody buys more than one, because you can put them in a bag together and you're saving money on the back end for your business and the shipping. All right, now we're into Poshmark. So this is a Christmas snowflake teddy. I know a lot of people say that they avoid any Plush that have dates on them. I do not. I believe that every year has meaning for somebody somewhere. In 2002, 1983, 1995, somebody somewhere had a kid, got married, had graduated college, something significant happened to somebody somewhere that year or around Christmas that year, and they're looking for something to commemorate that or remember it. People like to buy memories, people like to buy nostalgia. And so I don't shy away from plushies with years on them, especially if they're holiday themed. If you find Valentine's Day or Christmas plush with the year on it, maybe somebody got engaged or married, I love selling plush with years on them. Dandy is a good, solid bread and butter brand. Some of the Dandy plush actually go for high dollar. Most is bread and butter. And we had a whole slew of these snowflake teddies. I got them in a wholesale from Greg. I used to buy a lot of plush from him before we moved to Florida. And he had sent me a whole box of these. There were girl ones in pink dresses, boy ones in all different outfits, all different years. Still have a couple left, but most of them have sold by now. And this one sold for $18, which would have been about $28, $30 on eBay. Actually, I probably would have put calculated shipping on something like this on eBay. A Kelly Toy Draft. So I like Kelly Toy. Kelly Toy is a good brand. It's bread and butter. Most of the animals are really cute. And I find a lot of like the non-saturated animals from Kelly Toy, like this giraffe, panda bears, not just bears and dogs and things that are, there's tons of them. This sold for $15 on eBay. I probably would have had shipping on this. I think this was a heavier one. I thought this one was cute too. Look at the baby and the mommy. They're so cute. A Gans elephant. So yes, I did let this go for $9 on Poshmark, but they pay shipping over here. That's important to keep in mind. So this would have gone for like maybe 13 on 12, 13 on eBay. I like Gans. You guys have heard me talk about them before. Some of them have codes, some of them don't. It is super important to let the buyer know what they're getting. Some people don't care about the code, and some people do. And sometimes having the sealed code can make it a little more valuable. So you want to comp according to what you have. Look for one with a code or look for one with no code when you're comping your GANs. Some of the GANs go for, $30, $40. Some go for $12. It just depends. They're kind of like a hit or miss. I like them all. I get them so cheap, so I always grab the GANs, Webkins. This is a Build-A-Bear Disney Palace pet. This is Pumpkin. This is Cinderella's dog. So I let this go on an offer here. I offered like 30% off. I had her starting around $18 to $20 with calculated shipping on eBay. And it is important to keep in mind, you guys, I just did a how we price items on different platforms video this week. When I have a heavier plush like Pumpkin here on eBay, I'll put her up for say 18 with calculated shipping. I will still offer free shipping on Kidizen and Mercari. However, Mercari's shipping is just so high, I really think it's a turnoff. So I would just build it into the price as normal. So if this was an $18 dog on eBay with calculated shipping, I will add $10 to give myself a nice cushion and put it up for $28 free shipping on Mercari and Kidizen. Does that make sense? But on Poshmark, they paid the shipping anyway, so I do let things go a little bit cheaper over here. And next up, we have another Build-A-Bear specialty plush. This is Pinkie Pie. I would also like to note, if you didn't watch last weekend's controversial, unpopular opinion video, I did come out and say that I do absolutely believe in delisting and relisting as a way to get stuff to sell. That is in disagreement with a lot of people within our community, and that's okay. It's based on my own experiences. In fact, you know what? I'm going to have that video pop up at the end. And you can watch it if you haven't already. But my point is this Pinkie Pie has been around for a while, maybe a couple years. Plush is very long tail. So that's, a couple years for a plush is probably like the equivalent of 6 months for a shirt or 9 months for oversaturated jeans. But I ended all of our plush and I'm listing it back in on all the platforms, and the older ones are selling. So it does work. Just proves my point. So you can see that this one went for $25. So this is a $15 Build-A-Bear My Little Pony on eBay with calculated shipping, and I put it up for $25 on Mercari. And it sold like within a day of being put back on, and without even an offer or anything, full price. This is one I actually found that was not listed anywhere. That was part of the reason why we did take all of our plush down and start putting them back in. They got mixed up during the move. And, it's a good idea to go through your inventory a couple times a year anyway. Just double check it. I don't recommend ending all your listings a couple times a year and putting stuff back in. But with the remotes and the plush, ours were so mixed up, and we only have like a couple hundred remotes and, 400 plush. It's not like all 2,000 of our listings. But it is a good idea to check your inventory once in a while. Because I'm finding a lot of plush that they're not even in our List Perfectly catalog, which means they were actually like unlisted purchases. And somehow those boxes of unlisted inventory got mixed in with our listed plush. So I got this one up right away because Easter is just around the corner. It is April 9th this year. And so I want to get all of our Easter plush in and make sure that I give it the best chance possible. And this sold on a best offer of $14 within like a day of being listed. And then this Pooh Bear, again, this is an older plush that's been around for a while. And he sold 2-3 days after going up, full asking price of $14. So these are all plush that I get from wholesale lots again. I used to get a lot of plush for 50 cents. You guys may remember before we moved to Florida. They don't do the 50-cent deal at our Goodwill anymore. Actually, the plush at the thrift stores here I look through them just in case there's something great, but they don't really source there anymore. 99% of my plush are now wholesale from American Thrift and from contact I have in Indiana that buys from the bins for me. Just too expensive at the thrift stores. All right, last but not least, we're going to look at this Walt Disney Winnie the Pooh Piglet. Piglet's one of those oversaturated characters. But this is Walt Disney Company. You can see on the tag there. So it's not like a Hasbro or a Mattel, which are even more oversaturated and worth less. You could charge more for the official Disney parks, Disney store, and stuff like that. He's a $12 plush. He's, bread and butter, filler. A lot of the Winnie the Pooh characters are oversaturated. If you're interested, I do have a plush guide that has a lot of information, FAQs, myths, busted, tons of information on the average sale price and sell-through rates on many of the brands and characters broken down for you guys. There's a link down below for that. And then if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about plush or reselling in general, leave it in the comments. Until next time, go be productive, go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.